Welcome back, everybody, to Super Metroid. I'm glad it seemed like a lot of you enjoyed the first episode, so let's see how today's episode goes. But before we get to it, I've got a couple things I have to correct. First and foremost, yes, it is Variasuit, as in variable, but apparently it's because it was a mistranslation of the word barrier. So a lot of people pointed this one out to me, so that one's my fault. But apparently it was supposed to be the barrier suit originally, which is why the art in the first Metroid's manual looks like a barrier. And it was straight up called the barrier suit in Metroid 2, but apparently also might be a mistranslation because it was B-A-R-I-A, Baria, is actually pretty similar to what it was supposed to be, and they ended up goofing it and made it Varia, and honestly, Varia sounds cooler, and I think that's why they stuck with it. Secondly, it was Ceres Station, or Ceres Station rather, not Ceres. I say Ceres because I say Celeste, like I do for the Final Fantasy VI character, and that's why I say that. But then again, I used to say Mario for the longest time, so I'm just gonna keep getting both of those wrong for the rest of my life, essentially is what I'm saying. Third is, a couple people pointed out, because I actually turned off the moonwalking, I'm actually gonna miss out on a couple speedrun tricks. I can't do moon falling, I can't do moon dancing. And honestly, yeah, I'm gonna be okay with that, simply because there's just no way I can cover every single speedrunning trick this game has, cause it's a lot. I'm gonna try to cover as many things as I think A, fits within my skill level, and B, fits within what I feel is good to show people. I'm not gonna be able to do everything, but I'm gonna do my best to see what I can try to show off a bunch of cool stuff. All right, now with that over with, let's get to today's objective. First off, we can either blow a hole down in this floor, or we can get fancy and jump up here. Doesn't matter, they both lead to the same place. We need to make a bunch of progress here in Upper Norfair, because we need a bunch of new items. Specifically, there's one in particular we're gonna be looking for here. But we can make progress here now because we have the Variasuit, which will allow us to run through all the spice. Well, at least the regular spice. Another thing I forgot to mention, actually, with the Variasuit, or at least I don't think I put it in post, it actually cuts damage you take by half, so you have 50% defense now. So anything that would normally do 20 damage now does 10, and so on and so on. As long as you know how to do math, you're fine. Also, it's not completely spicy proof. You cannot deal with the lava. Uh-oh, that took too long. Cannot deal with the lava just yet. Also, there's a missile pack down here, so just tucked away in the corner of lava, you know, some spicy missiles. If only that was actually the option. Give it a little bit of spice. I mean, then again, Fusion added in ice missiles, so really, maybe that's what Dread will add. Again, this has been recorded before Dread comes out, although more than likely by the time you're watching this, Dread will be out. Or unless you're watching it like the day it goes up, because I think this is going up the week Dread releases. Okay, we're in the bubble room. The bubble room has a couple different things we can do. First and foremost, we've got a save point. And I mean, we've done a lot of work today, so I think we earned this. We earned this tube. We really did not earn this tube. Secondly, we've got a couple things here. We got a path down there we can do, and there's a path over here. We're gonna do this one first, because this one leads to a missile. The middle one is actually the path we need for progress. Unfortunately, we are not going to do that immediately, because I need to show off something else. There's a whole bottom path you can get to go around by going in that bottom area there in the middle section. And eventually it all leads up here. But there's a couple ways you can actually avoid having to do that. One is simply just running here, jumping, and doing a wall jump or two. Unless that happens to you, then you're not gonna do anything. Thanks for doing that for me, I appreciate it. Of course, the one time, you guys aren't normally here. Try that again. There we go, much better. Probably helped that I added the charge on. There's also this marker here. We still can't use this, and this is where we eventually actually need to go, but I'm gonna show you guys the normal way first. But I am gonna go ahead and just skip up here, because if you time a wall jump just right, can slip up there no problem. And of course, our reward for all that is just missiles. Well, and burning our feet, apparently. Thankfully, there's more here than we need, than we can tell immediately, because there's this little spot here. You can jump up and roll in there, but if you goof up the roll, drop a bomb, and you get a nice little elevator. Have a nice casual ride up. Inside this room here, lots more spice. Some seahorses spitting at you. And then this, which is the Norfair reserve tank. Each major zone, we didn't really talk about this earlier. Each major zone has a reserve tank. So we've already got the Brinstar one, and now we have the Norfair one. So we still have to find one for criteria, and we have to find one for an area we technically were in, but we basically skipped, Meridia. But wait, there's more, because down here, there's also that. The platform was secretly another missile drop. Now, you're supposed to shoot at the little guy spinning around on it real quick a couple times, and you're supposed to reveal that it's missiles first. We just happened to shoot in a way that didn't reveal it. So that was just pure happenstance. So you're supposed to basically just stumble across that one more than anything. Let's just casually get out of here. Casually take a lava dip. And let's show you the correct way you're supposed to go. Not going back up there just yet. We gotta go down here. Time for some tube fighting. Oh, didn't see him there coming. Roll through here a little bit more. Now we've got 2 different paths we can take, and we've got another marker up here. If you can, I don't know if I can do this correctly. It's been a while since I've even tried this. Oh, I can just do that. Never mind, I'm fine. There we go. This is a shortcut you can eventually use, but it requires a different item we don't have yet, which I apparently accidentally said the name of last time, power bombs. We need power bombs. So let's see what's in the left door here first. Left door is an area down there we can check, but let's see what is in this door first. It's that debris again. The debris with a boomerang shape on it, the arrow. But it does connect to where we originally started. That's the save point we used to start the video, so we know that's there. So we just have to figure out how to break that, and I'm sure we'll do that very soon. Meanwhile, down here, floor we can break, a bunch of enemies we can kill for items, a big guy we can ignore, and a door we can't open because we cannot shoot the lock on the other side. Keep that in mind for later. Well, there's nowhere else to go. Let's go down. This door here leads to a restock room. So if you're low on any items, you can just stand here, get all the kills. If you're close enough, you'll actually just pick up everything right away. You don't have to stand far away at all. Just keep firing and you should just get all the items immediately. It's a great way to restock. So currently we have 70 missiles and 10 super missiles. We're gonna increase those numbers a lot today, because today is mainly going to be item collection. We are gonna do a bunch of stuff too. We're gonna have one boss, but I actually, so this is the second time I've done this run technically. I sat down earlier today and said to myself, okay, I should see how long my actual plan is, because I had planned to do this area, item collection, and wreck ship. I'm like, that should be about an hour. No, it wasn't. So we're gonna do item collection in Norfair, and then we'll be fine. Next episode we'll do wreck ship onwards. So there's a door down there we can't open yet. We need something for it. You can already tell what it is because I said the name. It's power bombs, and we got another one of these doors we can't open. So 2 things we can't really do here. Again, we're fed one way to go. And that's to the vibrating room. The vibrating room is very slowly filling up with lava or magma. I forget which this counts as because this is technically inside. You can see the hint of a door over there, which is a little odd. That's apparently the door that we came in over there in the first place. I should probably move for this. That was actually really slow. I thought it was gonna catch up to me at some point. This lava, magma, whatever you wanna call it, will actually get up to the top of this thing, but it won't get any higher than that. So if you wanna wait, you can, but you're vibrating the entire time. Maybe you shouldn't bother. You can also double back and check that anyways if you care that much. Next up, Star Trek. I always thought these guys looked like the Starship Enterprise or just like a Star Trek ship in general. These guys are apparently even called trippers. I guess because you ride them, they take you on a trip somewhere, which is cute. But I always thought they were like little USS Enterprises. I'm like, that's a neat reference. It probably is not a reference. All right, we've got a new door to check, and we're starting to rub against pieces of the map we've already checked before. So we're getting close back to where we were in the bubble room. So here we've got some moving platforms up there. We've got a room full of spikes down here, a generator we can kill for some power-ups if we need it, and a door up here we can't access this way. Attempting to do anything with that there's no breakpoint in that top part, so we have to find another way to get up there. There's a missile pack up there and it looks like a door. Now, there's actually a door right up there you can take to get in here and get on these platforms, or if you're just lazy like I am. Of course, they're in the wrong position right now. Normally these things fall down and you can wall jump on them, but apparently they decided today I get nothing. Nope. Okay, fine. I see how it is. I see how it is. In the recording, you don't want to do anything. Pre-recording run, perfectly fine. I get it. Fine. I'll leave. God. I'll do it the normal way. And then I'll screw it up when I get over here. 4 little jumps over here. That last one's gonna be the real tricky part. Wait till you have enough clearance. Shoot that switch. And all that for missiles. But we do know there's a door on the other side. Guarded, of course, by these blocks again. Here is a major breaking point for pathing. If this is your first time playing this, you're probably not gonna get this yet, and it's gonna change significantly the way you play through the game. If you are getting this right now, you can do a lot of parts significantly earlier, so we are going to go get this now, because all it needs is a running jump, a little bit of damage, and 1 wall jump. This gets us a new gun upgrade, the Wave Beam. Wave Beam yet again changes our shot. It's all wavy now, wobbles back and forth, but it actually has extra benefits too. It can shoot through walls now. The wave lets it wave back and forth between any wall. It's very convenient. But there's another use which we unfortunately will not be able to show off just yet because we can't really get there. Actually, I might be able to show it from here. Taking damage I don't need to. Yeah, I can't reach it. But the point is that you can actually now open those doors up there without actually needing to be on the correct side. It's obviously not gonna make a difference here, but the shot goes through no matter what. So from here on out, those doors that we showed we couldn't open because we were on the wrong side, we can now. And that significantly changes the path the game expects you to take at this point. We'll cover that in a minute or two, what the game wants you to do for a first timer, but just keep in mind that item changes your pathing a fair amount. And that is an intended in-game change too. That's not like a real proper like, this is a weird glitch someone found. No, that's the sequence breaking that the devs intended. And honestly, it's my preferred way too, and I think the case for a lot of people as well, because it makes more sense. Okay, now we're in a room. Well, these blocks keep breaking on us. Just can't stand on them. They break instantly, so I guess what we should do is just hold the run button. It's a long room, though. It's gonna take a while to get out of here. Huh. Well, we got through no problem. Before you go in this door, shoot straight up. Sneaky missiles. Very sneaky missiles. Go in here and get yet another upgrade. A major one. This is the Speed Booster. Press and hold the A button to run. It's A because that's what I mapped it to. It's whatever, it'll say whatever you mapped your run button to, basically. Grabbing it though, starts raising up the magma yet again. Hold down the run button and go really fast. We made it out there no problem. But you're probably thinking to yourself, wait, what if I missed that missile pack? That room's full of lava now. What am I supposed to do? Easy. They thought of that. Goes back down. So if you end up missing that missile pack, you can come back here no problem. Piece of cake. The speed booster is probably the most important speedrunning item in the game. Maybe not, it's like top 2, honestly. You can break the game to pieces with it, with another ability that the devs intended to put in there, but people have found fun, interesting ways to use. But this is where everything breaks off right now. If you did not get Wave Beam, you have to take a very different path than what I'm about to take. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you the game's recommended way of going now. And I'm gonna cut away to that. We're gonna jam through it a little bit faster, but then we're gonna come back here and I'll show you how I'm gonna path through this because now that we have Wave Beam. So here's what you had to do if you didn't get Wave Beam. I'm gonna skim through this a little bit because we basically cover all these rooms later on anyways in the normal playthrough. So if you wanna see the exact way to do these rooms, jump to the timestamp above on top. Otherwise, here's what you gotta do. Okay, so if it's your first time through, you've seen an item guide, but you're not doing any tricks. You're not doing wall jumping, you're not doing any skips, nothing like that. This is roughly where your inventory should be right now. You could have gone back and gotten Spazer already, but I'm assuming at this point, you've just been running through and at most, you found all this, and more than likely you found less. At this point, what the game wants you to do is actually leave where we are and go back to the starting tunnel in Norfair. If you remember that room we did the second mock ball in, now that we have the speed booster, we can just actually go through there normally. Going through the end there brings you into a room where if you loop up to the top and drop back down through a hidden passage, you get the next beam upgrade, which is the Ice Beam. The Ice Beam gives you the ability to freeze enemies and use them as platforms, which the game teaches you in a little tutorial room. After that, you have to leave Norfair because there's nothing you can really do right now. So you have to go all the way back to the red tower in Brinstar. This is your chance to get Spazer now as well in case you actually missed it. Use the Ice Beam to turn the Rippers into platforms you can use to climb back up to the top of the tower. If you try going left at this point to go back through Brinstar, you're gonna get locked out because of a gate you can't open yet. That's a gate that the Wave Beam was needed for, and you likely don't have it at this point. So your only option is to continue going up in the red tower. You're gonna find yourself eventually in a room where the door behind you is orange and it's locked you in. So you have to search around for a bit. Going up also locks you in, but if you go to the bottom and find a hidden room, you'll find the actual place you're supposed to find power bombs in. Now that you have power bombs, you have a couple options. You can go take the elevator at the top, try to go to the right and find out you need a different ability to keep moving. So you can go back to the left and find the ship, and here you can either choose to go back through Brinstar and get all the items you missed with the speed booster and power bombs, or if you want to continue progress, go all the way back to Norfair, go all the way back to the room that you actually found the Ice Beam in, or right before it rather, drop a power bomb there, do a little bit of falling, a little bit of running, and you'll find yourself in front of a door to a boss. That's what you have to do if you're playing for your first time. That's what the game expects you to do. But here's what we're actually gonna do. Okay, with that, now we can do the developer intended sequence break. First off, let's get a quick save in. Why not? We've got a bunch of nice shiny stuff here. And now let's go back down to those two doors that we saw. Unfortunately, I have to take the same slow path here through the tunnel. Take a couple extra hits from the spicy boys. And we're here. So we know that there are two doors that we can shoot now because of the wave beam. There's one down there and there's one here. We're gonna take the left one because it works out a little bit better. Jump down here, shoot the door open, and run through. We got some red space pirates. We got some guys we can't destroy with our regular shots. They're pretty much... Actually, are you immune to super missiles? Oh, you're super tough. All right, well, never mind, I'm out. And that spits us here. If we had gone to the other door we could have opened, we would end up in this room over here. This room requires an item to hit these plus-shaped blocks again, but if you try to damage boost through it, you'll go super slow, and you don't have enough health to do that right now. It's gonna take forever. You'll just regret it. So it's much easier to take the left path. I don't think you can shine spark through there, but I'm also going on the assumption that we're not gonna talk about shine sparking until it becomes relevant. So don't mind that. We've got these boomerang shapes here, which we know are now the speed booster icons, but there's not enough room to actually break that just yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually go break path again a little bit. Up here, you see that dot over there underneath the save icon? That is actually a room we couldn't get into because it's another blocked off door with the switch on the other side, but it was a green switch. However, it also needs the plus icon item, so we're gonna have to, if we want to get out of here, either go back the same way we did, or go see what's down here. It's time for another boss. A wall of spikes! Fight it, Samus, fight it! You can do it! All right, fine. The actual boss is over here. It's our boy Crocomire. How's it going, buddy? It's been a bit. Crocomire, you fight simply by just shooting him in the mouth. The amount of movement he does is based entirely on the attack strength of what you're using. A missile makes him move back 1 step. A super missile makes him move back 3 steps. Your charge beam right now should do about 200 damage, I think, so it's gonna make him move back 2 steps. The fastest strategy right now, oh, the fireball's gonna mess this up, hang on. The fastest strategy right now is to shoot a missile, and, oh, nope, he's not gonna do it. A missile, then quickly switch to a super missile. You can do both, but he's not giving me any good patterns right now. Come on, no. Of course, he's not gonna let me do it, so we're just gonna have to keep doing this. You can shoot multiple missiles as well. I'm just being cheeky, really, at this point. There we go. That should push him back far enough to get the most gruesome death in the game? Like, that's messed up, man. That's super messed up that they put that in there. But if you notice, there's a trail of bubbles over there you can follow. And if you get to the spike wall, the boss music kicks back in, because it's implied we're about to fight him again, but kind of lost all of his flesh, so I don't suppose this is gonna be a really tough boss fight. Hi, Crocomire, welcome back. You look lighter and dead. Oh, that's it. That's Crocomire. Now, here's one thing about the Crocomire fight I always love seeing. If you're doing reverse boss order or you're doing a randomizer and you happen to have the last beam upgrade and the charge beam, using those together, one charge shot will kill Crocomire instantly. He will back up all the way into the pit. He may take 1 step because sometimes he just does that, but it banks all the damage from that shot. So doing another shot or a missile or anything to get him moving after the charge shot leads to his death immediately. It's super funny to just see him die in 1 shot like that. Okay, with that out of the way, we've got 2 ways we can go here. To the left is actual progress. To the right, however, you might have already seen it on the bridge that he broke. There's plus blocks. So what could be over there, you wonder? Do I need an item? Well, you could just get the item, or you can do it the crazy way. Just jump. Wall jump off the wall. Pick up an energy tank while you're upside down. Now, obviously the item that gets you the plus shape movement will let you avoid damage, and the downside is we now have to take damage to go back as well. There are other ways to get that as well. You can do a shine spark, which is, this is the perfect place for it, but I'm not, again, not ready for the tutorial just yet. So if you don't know how to do that, don't worry about it. Jumping and wall jumping will get you that. Otherwise, just wait like 5 minutes. You'll get that, you were getting the plus item really soon. what do we have here? This should be a save room. I keep realizing the downside to actually doing this path first is that we actually don't get access to the map screen. So for explaining things to you guys, it sucks a little bit because you don't see any of the extra rooms we're ignoring. But if you're doing a first-time playthrough, you've likely already gotten the map room. So, we need to get something very important, and it's in this room up here. Now, the game's intention was for to use the item that uses the plus shape icons to grab onto this guy. But it turns out you can just jump up there. Now, I originally thought you just had to do this. You had to run off this guy and fly up here. Don't jump too high, otherwise you get stuck on the ceiling, etc., etc. But it turns out it's actually way easier than I thought, because I was, again, overthinking. And of course, again, now I'm trying to explain it, I can't even do the damn thing. You just jump. That's literally it. You run and jump, and it sends you up here. It's not even remotely a problem. Yet another sequence break item. We've got the power bombs, finally. And I know some of you want me to say this, so yes, good news. It is once again time for the Samus Aran Bombing Power Hour, which only lasts about 20 minutes. Although that was originally said when there was a time limit on videos, so now I don't even know. The power bombs are exactly what you think they are. Powerful bombs. They also will make the screen flash a little bit, so visual warning every time I do a power bomb. I'm just gonna give you the verbal warning here now. Raw power! These guys, you would normally have had to go the long way around to get. But now that we've got them here, we can move on and do this part. This door here to the left, another barrier we can't open because that needs to be hit with a super missile. So let's go down, 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 way down. Into a far room full of more liquid spice. Because we choose to go over here and get more missiles. So many missiles. Comically large amount of missiles, really, at this point. I guess I never really said how many missiles you get by the end of the game, but it's 230. You get 230 regular missiles. It's an obnoxiously large amount that I really don't feel like you need that many, but I'm also the kind of guy who normally uses the beams over the regular missiles, so if you're wondering why I seem to just like my gun more, that's why. Let's take these guys out. It's time for some speed booster. Although, to clear this out first and foremost, we do need to use that power bomb. So let's go ahead and drop a power bomb, clean it up, and then let's go for a run. Jump at the end of that ramp there, and you'll get thrown over to this wall here. It's really fun. And the prize you get can be worth it, depending on how you feel about it. It's the grappling beam. Select the grapple, press and hold the Y button. Our new fourth equipable item is a long electric beam. It can open doors, it can do damage. And most importantly, what you'll actually care about the most, we can finally grab those plus icons. So now, Samus can swing around. Bob herself around, smack herself into walls constantly, get flung around. Have a great time, but we're gonna double back here for a second because we actually missed something. In this room here, in the top right part of it, which I can't really highlight, there's an item there. Now there are two ways to get this. The developer intended way is to use the grappling beam. We can grab these guys, and we swing around. Keep grabbing onto them. There's a fourth one that I did not see, because I think the fourth one's actually pretty far away. And that's what you're supposed to do. Let me just clean this area up here quickly, because we're gonna need the speed booster again. Now that's the developer intended way. You fling yourself off the third one, grab the fourth one, and then you get up there. I like this way better. Do a speed boost run, jump off the ramp and hold to the right. If you go too far left, it's gonna not connect anything, but if you do it just right... Oops, and that was not right. Canceled that one too early. There we go. You can wall jump to get this pack of missiles. I saw the fourth guy. Yeah, there's the fourth guy there. So you had to like fling yourself over to get that last one. Yeah, there we go. But we missed it. I honestly find the developer intended way bizarrely harder than just doing that one wall jump. But I get that not everyone's gonna be at wall jump skill at that point. So the intended way is grappling off of these guys, but just know that the more fun way is that one wall jump. It's very satisfying. Let's keep moving forward. Now we can use the grapple beam to get over small puddles of water that Samus can't jump over currently, because she's too heavy. She is not, this metal suit is not built for water. We are also supposed to jump up and grapple up that way and just swing in. Of course you can just do, actually I don't think you can you? Oh yeah, you can, never mind. You totally can. More water. Oh, by the way, another fun way to actually pick up items is the grapple beam, because the grapple beam can literally pick up any enemy drops as well. So you can get extra health and missiles that way. And you can stand far a ways away and make sure you don't take any damage. I kind of prefer using that, but sometimes it can be slower than just straight up standing on the item. Standing on the enemy spawner. And with that, we've looped around. Now, we didn't have to take that path if we didn't really want to. It's supposed to be the show-off point for using the grapple beam, but again, wall jumping is your friend. Uh-oh, unless you jump out of your spin, then it's not your friend. Getting a little nervous about how many times I've been doing that lately. There we go. And with that, we've actually cleaned out this area down here. So all we have left to do in this part of Norfair is get back to the starting area. Oops, I don't know why I stopped there. So we've got a couple options at this point. And what would be the best thing to do? I'm trying to think of which path would be better to show you guys for knowledge purpose. Yeah, for knowledge purpose, let's go this way. We actually do have to go back up there, so we are gonna do that in a minute, but I just wanna show off this here. The room that we talked about earlier that we couldn't do. Now we can. Let go just after the halfway point of your swing, and you'll get a lot of distance there, but you have to be careful you don't get grabbed or hit out of it. You can keep doing that, or you can do like fast short grabs also work as well too. So that's how much distance you had to cover with that grapple beam. We can open this up, since that counts as beam damage. Blue is beam damage, essentially. And now we can open this door. And I'm gonna restock my power bombs a little bit here, because we're gonna have to show off a couple different things with those later. We have now entered this room. This room that gives us a view of a giant pterodactyl mouth that looks a lot like Ridley. Unfortunately, we can't open a doorway there. And if we jump into the spice, we take damage. If you're extremely good at the game, and I mean extremely good, you can actually go through there now. I am not at that skill level, so I will not be doing that. That's some advanced speedrunner tech there. Yeah, actually I do want to go back that way, so. Let's bob back down here. We open that up. And let's swing on back. You can just kind of do this. I don't think this is necessarily faster, but it does make it easier if you're not used to how the grapple beam works and you don't want to do wild swings. Not gonna worry about rehealing one energy tank. We want to go up here to that room I talked about way earlier with the door we couldn't open. Because now, with the grappling beam, we can do that. Thank you for restocking my super missiles. I appreciate it. Did I get the save? Oh, that was a save room back there on the right. Sorry, I thought I had that already for some reason. Open this up. And swing on, uh-oh. Yes, swing on, uh-oh. Swing on over. Make sure you don't go a little too wild. That's the reason I kind of recommend short swings at times, unless you're trying to get fancy or fast. There we go. We can do that fine now. Regular missiles. So we missile open the door, and we are now back in the starting area of Upper Norfair. Now, those rooms that we showed earlier that we wall jumped to but had the grappling hooks and the area to get the wave beam, you can access both of those now if you really want to, because that's just need a grapple beam. I'm also gonna pop this open because this is the map room. They wouldn't let you have the map until you got power bombs. And since you have to go out of your way to get them, you're not gonna have this much of it filled out. But as you can see, we really didn't miss anything. There's just this area on the left, which we showed that you have to get that when you actually are playing the game your first time, because you have to go get the ice beam. So let's just go get that now for this file. No mock ball needed this time, just hold down the run button. More USS Enterprises. Including ones that can't handle Samus's weight. And we're in the ice beam room. If you want to get fancy, jump and morph in midair and you can just take the shortcut here. Save you some trouble. And our prize is the ice beam. Our beam now has the power to freeze enemies! And it makes a cool sound effect. This also now ups our attack power again. When we went from just regular charge and spazer to wave, our attack went from 40 to 70. Now with ice beam combined in there, our attack is now 100. And when it's charged, it's 300. So we've got some good killing power now. Again, you don't actually have to go this way if you don't want to, but the intended way for you to get the ice beam is to fall down there. I'm gonna skip the tutorial rooms because I feel like, you know what, actually screw it. We could have just looped back, but we might as well show this off anyways. This is the tutorial. You can freeze the gack, you can freeze the big beetle boys, and then you can fall down. I forgot that was actually only one room. I thought it was two for some reason. But now that we're back here, this time around we do have the power bomb, so we can go down here as well. There's only one item we're down here to pick up, is the thing, but this is the way you would get to Crocomire normally. You were supposed to go there, come back, grab all this, etc. But thanks to getting Wave Beam, we didn't need to worry about that. And in fact, the prize what we're trying to get here is not even really worth it. It's just a regular missile pack. But the room we're in, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna show this off. The room we're in sucks because instantly breaking platforms. If you're really fast on the jump button, you can get your jump off of them, but otherwise you're not getting back up there unless you're really good with the ice beam or you're really good with wall jumps. Oops, missed it, damn. Hang on a second, let's just get back up there. Oh, there we go, perfect. If you want to get that an easier way, yeah. Additionally, there's one other way you can get that, but we'll talk about that a little bit later again. I feel bad that I'm talking about this. Anyone who's played Super Metroid like Fusion is like, you know what Shine Spark is! Just fucking show us! No, we'll do it later. All right. Let's get out of here. We already know the way how. We're just using power bombs like crazy. I love using power bombs. They're so weirdly satisfying. I think it's the whooshing noise. You can also just take the bottom path and speed through if you really want to, especially if you haven't fought Crocomire already, but we've gotten everything. That room is fun, that blue room down there is really fun and satisfying to run through, but we have no need. It's just way faster for us to just pick up our toys and go. With power bombs in our inventory, we can also go get the item over here in Kraid's room. So remember that one that I did a weird, like I did a midair bomb for? We can just casually grab it now, because all it needed was power bombs. Zip. Well, okay, it needs a little bit more than that. You do actually need to know how to either bomb jump, or you have to be really good at morph balling in midair. Because the room is pretty small, but once you're used to it, it's not that bad. You can also bomb jump to get up there if you want. But I think jumping just works just fine. Now we're officially done that spot in Kraid's area. We're running a little low on power bombs, so I'm actually gonna hop into this room for a second. Everyone pointed this out to me, and I wasn't aware. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. One missile fired upwards kills everyone that's grabbed onto you. I literally did not know that. You wanna know why? Because I just really like spamming the bomb button. That's literally it. That's all. I like doing that so much more. I don't know why that's so much more satisfying. The missile is way faster. There's no denying that, but man, it's not as satisfying as just spamming bombs everywhere. Or firing off a power bomb. I love doing that too. But thank you everybody who corrected me on that. It honestly is way easier. I went in that room, by the way, other than showing that off, grasshoppers always drop power bombs. So you can restock your power bombs as well. If you didn't pick up Spazer, here's your chance, because now you have the equipment to get it properly. We've already grabbed it. So let's go back to the red tower. The game wants us to make a bridge by freezing these guys and constantly jumping up. We can freeze this guy too, but we can also now get an extremely helpful item. This is an excellent item for newcomers to get because it will help them immensely. But to get there requires, unless you're really good at damage boosting, so a first timer's not gonna be able to do this. Although I guess with the ice beam you might be able to. Yeah, actually no, with ice beam you can do a bunch of this. You just have to be very patient and not lose all your health because there's spikes down there. Oh, I thought I goofed it. Because there's a bunch of spikes down there. So you can't really just do leaping jumps per se unless you're good with taking damage. Raise up this little platform, and let's get the last item for our HUD, the X-ray scope. Once you play this game enough, this item's not that helpful, but for newcomers, this is a godsend. The X-ray scope, once you press the run button, or it might be the A button at all times, I don't know for sure, lets you see hidden bricks and walls. You can see where you need to go, you can find secrets if they're hidden, and generally if you're lost, you can use this to help find your way. The downside, at least with my current button mapping, I don't know if this actually persists. I'll pop it up if that's the case. I can't run with it on. I think since it's actually meant to cancel out speed boosting as well, then I'm going to assume that is actually naturally that button no matter what. Alright, let's restock our, oh right, they can't be killed by the grapple beam. That's what it was. So these are obviously the lights that, like, you know what, let's just kill a bunch. Here, the room gets dimmer and dimmer. The spikes, though, they'll stay lit up. That's awfully nice of them. But now I can't see where I'm supposed to stand. Unless I use X-ray scope. But also, you can just freeze those lights now and they don't break. You can stand on them and everything, so just do that at that point. Oops, restock that power bomb that we just used. And And now we're up here. Now we can go into Brinstar, Green Brinstar again, and we can open that door because we have the beam weapon, but we're gonna actually take this upper path instead. We're gonna actually go the intended path for getting power bombs. Because it's gonna let us loop around and get a couple things. That's honestly pretty helpful. So this is the path we're gonna take. I don't know if this is the best routing, this is just the routing I've gotten comfortable with. I will state this, while I am showing off some speed techniques, I am not going, obviously, the fastest possible route. In fact, I've been getting a little nervous that the path we're taking might not get us under the 3-hour limit for the best ending, because I never shut up. But this is, like I said, this is the path I'm comfortable with, and this is the path I think is interesting. This is the interesting path to me. This is where you're supposed to normally get power bombs. And of course, the only way to celebrate getting power bombs is by just dropping them off immediately, which breaks the wall behind them for more missiles. Shoot more gack. And let's go straight up. Break the larvas. We don't need to worry about them, and they're gonna restock our super missiles anyways. Save door right there. I'm not worried about that because we'll be saving in another minute. Pop this door open. Notice it takes 4 shots at least to freeze these guys and then another one to destroy them. Or you can just get them stuck in a power bomb. Notice how the only flower here that has nothing in it is this one over here. With X-ray scope, you can check to see. You can just pop in for even more power bombs. I will say this, they do kind of give you power bombs pretty fast once you get them. You don't really need too many through the scope of the game unless you're doing fancy shit. But they're really satisfying. So it's nice to have a couple on hand. Plus, you know, you gotta open those orange doors somehow. Orangey yellow. Speaking of those, there's one now. All that just to get back to criteria. And we're actually really close to the ship. That green door we couldn't open earlier because we didn't have super missiles. We can now. But let's pop this door open first, because this is actually the way you need to go if you're making actual story progress. Oh, right, sorry, you can't pick those up when you're swinging, by the way. I don't know why. Probably because you're just in a different animation state, so they just didn't want to work in the hitbox for actually touching that because you're going at angles. That's what I'm assuming. We need to swing over there, but these broken grappling beam blocks eventually break if you hang on to them too long. And now we're stuck in a giant pool of water. Can't wall jump out of it because you get no height off a wall jump now. So we have to bomb out of here and escape the long way. This path to the right leads to the wrecked ship, but we're not gonna be doing that this episode because I paced things very poorly. I thought we were gonna be fighting the boss and everything that episode. Nope. We're gonna do item collection instead, and now it's time for a tutorial. This is Samus's ship. You can recharge your items in there. That's the end of the tutorial. I've already shown this to you, I don't care. No, it's time finally for the Shine Spark tutorial. We've kind of danced around it for a while, but let's go for it. The game does eventually teach you this if you find the hidden spot for it, but otherwise, if you've never heard of Shine Sparking, when you're running, you have a blue suit around you, a blue aura. If you duck during that, you have a glow around you. It lasts for a couple seconds and it goes away. However, when you're in that state, if you hit the jump button, you'll go straight up at the cost of some of your health. In this game, it costs health to use Shine Sparking. In other games, like Fusion, it's free. There's different types of Shine Sparking. If you hit forward and jump, you'll do a boost tackle forward. If you hold diagonal and jump, you'll do a diagonal boost. And if you do it from exactly where I did just then, you'll pop up here to a secret area. If you remember the demo reel that we showed at the end of the first episode, they actually showed bomb jumping. And in that area, you could see a little ledge that you could kind of look like you could jump on at the very end of it. That actually leads up here. That's your hint that you can get up here. More power bombs. There's more to shine sparking as well. You've shown you the 3 main ways of shine sparking, but there's also... give me a second. No. Of course, now that I want to show it off. There we go. The fact that shine sparking can break through certain walls. Again, another one of the things that it shows off in the tutorial video. This room is the Gauntlet room. The Gauntlet room is called that because it's a pretty large area that you need to cover with acid bubbling up and down and generally messing up your day. It's a bit of a challenge, but if you pace yourself well, you'll get through it. You just have to be careful that you don't take too much damage. And since I've burned most of my health doing shine sparks, I'm not about to do that just yet. What we're gonna do instead is something a bit more interesting. Okay, that door's fine. There's 2 things we can do. First off, I'm gonna recharge my health, because I'm gonna need it. Top off, save again. 115 missiles, 10 super missiles, and 20 power bombs. We're hurting for super missiles right now, but we're good for everything else. Let's do some cool shit. Let's hop back up here. Obviously, I'm doing things out of order. You would have done this a different way, but I'm explaining things. It is this ledge here. Stand about here, point down, and when you fire, run. You heard a door open just then. That was the door to the Gauntlet. The wave beam has this weird effect with it that lets it actually wrap around and hit things on the other side of the screen or the room. Remember when we were in the shaking room earlier and you could look like you could see the door we walked in on? Yeah, that's actually the case. That was the door we walked in on. The wave beam can hit that if you hit it just right. I believe the window for it's pretty small, like only a couple pixels. But now that we've done that, if we activate a shine spark here, get down here and go forward, we get to do some cool shit. Fuck that Gauntlet in particular. Piece of cake. Now you might be wondering, well, that's not all of the Gauntlet, right? It's not. It takes health to do that. But they give you an E-tank right away. I saw that move in a GDQ run and it blew my mind. I never thought to do that. Opening, like going through the door and flying through. It is so cool. Shit like that is why I love watching speedruns of this game. Let's just wait for the acid to subside. Roll through here and let's get the rest of the Gauntlet done. These blocks can only be broken, at least with our current equipment, with regular bombs or power bombs. Power bombs make more sense because they can hit multiple groupings of them, but you can just use regular bombs if you want. One of the big challenges that you can do is you can actually get here stupidly early. I think you can actually get here as you land. Well, you need regular bombs. So the earliest you can get in this room is when you get regular bombs. But obviously, you have no energy tanks at that point. Likely, you're gonna take a lot of damage, but it is a pride point to get through the Gauntlet and not take any damage, or only do it with 1 tank. Now, we have the ending here. Let's turn on X-ray scope. Notice these 4 block walls that have dropped down here. If you jump, let me line up the top of my beam. If the top of my beam, yeah, hitting that line break there in the bricks, land on that line break. Doing that will break both at the same time. And aim down and you can break a wall to get a missile pack. And then we can shoot the other wall to get the other one. If you don't land on the line break and you get stuck on the left or right side, you're locked in. You cannot get both. You have to do the Gauntlet again. It's just kind of a waste of time, honestly. Doing the breakdown in the middle, way easier. Pop all the way down here. And now this needs a power bomb to break. So you need a power bombs to get here. But if you... Oh! Never mind. I didn't realize that was there. My bad. I forgot about that. I was about to say, if you're out of power bombs, just hop up here and there's two guys that'll drop power bombs. But I also didn't realize you could just roll to the left. Oops! My bad. I can just shoot you guys in 2 shots now, so this is a piece of cake. What we're gonna do for the rest of this episode is we're gonna go back down to Brinstar, we're gonna finish item collection there, and then we're gonna loop back up to the ship, and that's where the episode will end. And then next time, in Super Metroid, we will actually go do the wrecked ship, and we should have plenty of time to also get pretty far in Meridia, if not finish it. But we're not quite done yet, because again, we've got a lot of stuff we can pick up here. Now, finally, when you get here, you can actually get this room done the correct way. You don't need Mach Ball anymore, you just needed Speed Booster. So now you can get all the items there if you didn't get those already, if you're playing for your first time. Unfortunately, we already did all this, so really that was just showing it off for the sake of showing it off. And now we can do this. We showed this earlier. There's a power bomb wall there. Power bomb floor. Break it down, drop all the way down. We got a locked door there. And a regular door here. More hoppers. Again, we can just use one missile, but I just really find this way more satisfying. I know it's slower. I just like it. That's why I never use missiles. Okay, hang on. I need to turn off a beam for a second. I need to turn off wave beam, because I want to show you something here. If you've ever played Metroid 1, you're more than familiar with this room's pattern, because in Metroid 1, I think even Fusion does this. They show you a tantalizing item, an energy tank, and a fake floor is there. Notice that our shots are going through that specific spot, but not here. The 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th blocks away from the E-tank are fake, so you need to take a running jump. Basically, jump as soon as you see the E-tank on screen. As long as you're running, you'll clear it. It's the only way to get that, although if you fall in the pit, you can wall jump out if you're fast enough. But you do also get a prize of more super missiles if you make it over there. So it's not just the E-tank that's over there waiting for you. Now we're gonna drop down here. There's a save room here. I'm gonna take it. I don't know why I'm even bothering, but I'm taking it anyways, because we haven't used a tube in a while. It's time for some dangerous spikes, and soon a tutorial. More grasshoppers. I know they have an actual name, I just don't know. They're basically grasshoppers, I just accepted calling them grasshoppers. Like, those are wafts basically attacking us from the tube. You know, they have a different name. And then we got buddies! Say hello to the Edacoons. They teach you how to wall jump. Rub against the wall, tap away, and then hit jump. They don't physically tell you this, you just have to, like, realize this. And if you make it all the way to the top, they'll also show you that there's something up there you can get too. So take a running jump, morph ball. That's actually the practice point for learning how to do mid-air morph balls, is to get this. And it gives you a little power bomb. That's your prize. The Edacoons are buddies. They're one of the infamous animals from the game, if you're familiar with Save or Kill the Animals from GDQ. I'm sorry, I'm Team Save, because I'm Team Cannon. Sorry, guys. I hate to disappoint, even though it's slower. You have 2 ways to get out of here as well. You can either wall jump all the way back up to the top, or you can break a little brick here. If you don't know how to wall jump, it's fair. It can be annoying to do. I've gotten used to it. The best way to explain it in a slow sense, and I know I explained it already in episode 1, is when you tap away from the wall, Samus will do this position. Notice how her sprite's changing? In that position, that's when you can actually do a wall jump. As long as it's fast enough. If she gets too far away from the wall, it won't count. Now the game wants you to do 2 wall jumps, like left wall, right wall, because it's easier. I always found it easier to use the same wall, and I think that's just something that you just kind of learn over time. Pop that door open. If you took the bottom path, it would spit you out around here. Yeah, there we go. It spits you out right there. And if you're going for 100% map completion, you have to take that bottom path, bizarrely enough. But we're good there. That's the Edacoons. That's how you learn how to do wall jumping. And I know the tutorial isn't the best, simply because it's majorly inferred or implied versus like actually telling you the timing. And I think that's why people struggle with it so much. It's the timing that you really need to get down. You know what? I don't want to blow up that wall. Let's just run through. Uh-oh! That didn't happen before. No! Bicycle legs! Welcome to this room down here, where over here we find an ostro guarding an egg. Hey, where are you going? Come back here. Where are you going? Oh, okay, hey, well, welcome back. This is the Shine Spark tutorial. That bird there, that is a Decora or Decola, depending on who you ask. Oh, I'm at full health. Sorry, I went here to re-heal for some reason. This is the Shine Spark tutorial. Run. Duck in time. I'm gonna wait. Let me see if I did this right. Yes, I did. Oh, no, I didn't. Ah, crap. I was trying to also free them at the same time. I'm gonna be stupid. I'm gonna actually like go down to hang out with them again. You can actually free them and get them up here and they'll get stuck. You don't need to do that to save or kill the animals. It's just a neat little thing. But I also haven't talked about this. There's 3 different ways of doing Shine Sparks. There's just running. And then there's quick, and there's, oh shoot, I forget the name of mechanics to do. I think there's like quick and short charging. Quick, I think, is the one I know how to do. Short is the one I haven't gotten down. Quick is take a couple steps and then hit the button. You'll actually build it up way faster. So you take about 2-3 steps. I think it's about half a second time-wise. And it will let you build up a Shine Spark way quicker than you would if you were just running. If you started running from like a standstill. The other one, short one, requires a like shutter steps, like a weird case where like you take a step and run at the same time, but it's on a specific timing thing, and it lets you charge up a Shine Spark really fast, but I am not good enough at it. Oh, he's going faster than me. Oh no. Got it! There we go. It took 2 tries. But now it's stuck. So it does the Shine Spark in the wrong spot. Because it doesn't know what to do because it's stuck up there. But now it should fall back down now because of that, I think. Right? Oh no, it's stuck there. It's stuck. Okay, well, they're stuck Shine Sparking in the wrong spot for eternity. Let's just get up here. Let's just watch them at work. Nope, yep, it is gonna keep doing that for the rest of the game. Enjoy that. I almost feel rude. I always thought that you had to actually free them to get them out so they could be saved later. I thought that would have been like a cute Easter egg thing, but no. No, you don't even need to see them. Also, I wasted all my health doing all those Shine Sparks. Oops, we're gonna need to be careful. Which means if we're gonna need to be careful, I should probably do this one first then. Remember this door? We saw this way early in episode 1. This door here, and I guess I apparently also didn't explain this. Metal doors are locked. You can unlock most of them by killing all the enemies in a room. Once they're shot, they're permanently opened. In here is an item we can get. But we needed the wave beam. Why didn't that? Oh, wave beam's still off. Oops. Turn that back on. I was wondering why that wasn't working. There we go. Now that's open. The intended way is to have the grapple beam jump up on this block, build up enough speed to spin around, and then land on the top of it. Then you shoot it open from here, and then, or you close it in my case, apparently. And then you just whip yourself in again with the grapple beam. Wall jumping, way, way easier. Let's refill all that health we just lost. If you don't know how to wall jump, this guy's right here. Shoot it and ride it all the way up. And you can eventually just get up there on your own. Although if you wall jump off of these sections, they partially wiggle, but only the sections. So that's a fun little thing they put in there too. Because we shot the door open earlier, we don't need to fight the enemies again. If you did not open the door after killing the enemies and went in the door on the right, it will actually lock again and you need to kill all those guys again. So keep that in mind because that happens a couple times in the game. Now, remember up here, because now we got enough health that I'm not gonna feel a bit pressed on this. This is how you're supposed to actually get that missile pack that we got with wall jumping. You're supposed to use the grapple beam. But there's a sneaky extra secret here. Powerbomb away. Hop through this wall because it's a fake door. Kill some more bugs and notice that this space right here is a different color or a different pattern than everything else. It's an actual breakpoint because it's a super missile block. For more power bombs. We've gotten so many power bombs already. We can just ride this here through now and we're good to go. What is left to get in Brinstar? Ooh, down here. Yeah, we can get this already. Because remember, we already saw this spot. This needed a power bomb. Now, this is going to be a sequence break. We can't get this one normally. Because there's water here. Water kills your speed. So with our current setup, we cannot get Shine Spark speed or Speed Booster speed because we can't run fast enough in the water. But if you wall jump up here and then do, I think it can be either a regular or a short charge or a quick charge. And then do a Shine Spark in the water through the wall for another energy tank. Normally, you would wait till you have the ability to run through water perfectly fine, and you would just run through the wall, but Shine Sparking works here. Shine Sparking in water without the suit is a bit awkward. The timing is a little bit slower, but it's also still pretty generous, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem after a couple attempts. Sorry. Edit that out. And drop another one. Okay, that should just leave. Don't need to be fancy on this one. That should just leave. Yes, it does. Okay, so we've covered basically the entire map of Brinstar at this point. There's one or two things we haven't done. And then we can head to the ship and feel good about ourselves. First off, before I show this, because I think I already showed this earlier in the cut, I haven't seen it yet. You can just run and jump up here now to get this missile pack. You don't need to do a wall jump. You can also use Ice Beam to make a platform if you really, really want to do that. But what we care about is this door up here. This door we couldn't reach or open earlier anyways. But now we can. And its prize is more of these guys. Again, I'm just not even bothering with charge beam. I just don't care. I'm just shooting. More power bombs. Since you got new ones, let's use them again. And guess where we ended up? The Morph Ball room. That's right, we've actually looped around. We're back to where the game started, which means we can get over here and get some new stuff too. This is your best chance to actually get that E-tank that you couldn't reach originally. Because now, because we have high jump boots, we can just jump up there. Or if you just want to use Ice Beam, you can also just jump up there. So it's no problem reaching that now. But there's also this. What could this be? What does this button do? Since we already taught you about Shine Sparking, we already learned about it. Shine Spark up this tunnel. Hold to left or right, and now you're up here. You can also wall jump all the way up there, but there's a little brick you have to break here. So you wall jump up, drop a power bomb, and then wall jump up again to get in here. And your prize for all that is water. Water and a lot of spikes. Let's just run through the spikes. No problem. Let's just wall jump up there. Wait, there's something there. How come I can't? The rocks are going through. How come I can't? Well, turns out, invisible floor. So we need the item that actually lets you jump through the water so you can jump up there. Or run and jump as you're going through the doorway. I might have done it wrong. Yeah, I had the wall jump off the edge. You can do it without needing the wall jump off the edge of the invisible walkway, but you need to jump a tiny bit later than I did to get that. But you can get up there without needing the suit. That'll let you walk through water. And our prize is, of course, missiles, because they had to fill up the game with content. But this room is affectionately called the Billy Mays room because, but wait, there's more! More missiles, that is. 2 missile packs for that slight bit of effort we had to try. Not too shabby. Now we can just run through here and just get our way back down. That can be a regular bomb now. Fall the way down, hold to the right, pop back out. Nice. Let's get to the end of this. This episode has gone way longer than I expected, even though I timed it. And I thought I was gonna have enough time to actually go to wreck ship. Wow, I was an idiot. We actually have 2 last items we're gonna pick up this episode before we're done. So let's go ahead and get rid of these guys. Let's go through Mother Brain's original room from Metroid 1. And there's actually a little surprise here. Drop a power bomb. Mother Brain was hiding a secret the entire time. It was regular missiles. It's always regular missiles, dude. Oh, there's so many regular missile packs. I take for granted that randos even like cut down on the actual missile packs. They turn the regular missile packs into power bombs and super missiles because it's just like 230 doesn't make much sense as a number versus 200. Like it's a more flat defined number. Also, remember how this ledge is always here that we keep landing on when we fall down this room? That's because it has a secret. Bomb it. Drop a power bomb. And we've got one last speed booster room. Going to do another shine spark. A little bit of speed. Go all the way up. And super missiles this time is our prize. Finally. Definitely like seeing those over the regular missiles. Grapple beam to avoid damage or just tank the damage. It's not that long. Oh, that's actually longer than I thought. Never mind. You can still tank the damage because you can actually build up running speed. And then the door locks behind you so you can't just cheat and take the shortcut. So, there you go. We're at the top of the hallway. And that is all the items we're going to be getting this episode. So let's just go to the ship and relax. Take some time. And let's see what our actual item count's at. We've got 9 energy tanks, 2 reserve tanks, and let's see what everything else is at. 140 regular missiles, 20 super missiles, and 35 power bombs. Not too shabby, honestly. Damn it, I did say I was gonna. Should I put it in? Yeah, let's do one last thing. Okay, so the Gauntlet room. With high jump boots and wall jumping, you can do this way. You can either wall jump off these little spots. It's annoying, but you can do it. Or you can just build up a little bit of speed, jump at the top of this hill, and then you can just get there naturally. Jump high up, Drop a power bomb for the easiest way of doing it, and the door will open this way. This is how I usually got into the to the Gauntlet room before I realized you could just shine spark through it. I'm up here because I'm going to show off Crystal Flash. I realized I never actually did that. Here, let's train this. Crystal Flash is a really cool move that is only in Super Metroid, and it's designed to let you basically build up, like, sacrifice a bunch of your equipment to get your health back to full. Really could have picked a better room for this, I feel. This is gonna take a little longer than I expected. The problem is it does have a couple restrictions. First and foremost, you need to have 50 HP or less. And you cannot have anything in, oh, of course. There we go. And you cannot have anything in your reserve tank, so you have to empty those out as well, too. For this to work, you have to have at least 10 missiles, at least 10 super missiles, and at least 11 power bombs. Doesn't matter anything else. As long as your HP is 50 or less with nothing in your reserves, I'm just gonna do it where they actually show you in the tutorial, or in the demo reel, but it doesn't matter where you do this. Crouch down. Drop a power bomb, but while you're dropping the power bomb, hold L, R, down, and the bomb button all together. As long as you're directly where the explosion happens, this will activate. You'll full heal, but it'll take away 10 missiles, 10 super missiles, and 10 power bombs. You need 11 power bombs because you need the first one to activate it. But now we're at full health, minus... Oh, actually, no, it did do the reserve, too. Wow, I didn't realize that. Nice. Put that back on automatic. Obviously, the place where we did it was kind of redundant since the ship is right here. But Crystal Flash lets you do a bunch of cool things, including doing bosses out of order, and it was how you were originally supposed to do the Spore Spawn skip. So, A, it's a cool way to heal if you're kind of in an emergency, and B, it's neat. And C, it helps you break the game. So I just wanted to show that off, because I thought that was cool. The game doesn't show you this otherwise, it's just in that tutorial reel, or in the demo reel at the beginning. But that's it. That's everything we're gonna fit in here, because I feel like this is already a pretty dense episode. Although even though it was mostly just collecting things. Next episode though is gonna be, it's gonna be interesting for me, because we gotta go to the wrecked ship, and then we gotta go to Meridia. We're gonna have to deal with a lot of water. So get ready to get, I'm not finishing that sentence. Get ready for water. And water. And water. See y'all next time. This time around in Demo Reel Theater, here's what we've got. We've got the start of the game. Yep, straight up. I don't know why this isn't the first demo reel video. I don't know if they just did this because they wanted to show that there would be secrets in the other ones and have some mysteries, but this is literally just Samus, or I guess the player in this case role-playing as Samus being here for the first time. Even though it's the second time. Next up, how to open up a red door, which would have been helpful a long time ago, I feel, but also pretty straightforward. We've also got jumping over enemies, regular shots, and charge shots in case you weren't aware that you could charge beam. Next up, we've got the speed booster demo to show that you can run through walls and enemies with it active. And then we've got the grapple beam testing room, showing off how to avoid lava, how to move pretty fast, and how to pose by staring at the camera. And one final one, sneakily showing off where the charge beam actually is, because Samus starts right there, and showing off the pseudo screw attack. I keep saying pseudo shine spark. The pseudo screw attack with the charge beam. All stuff we've actually shown off already, so that'll probably be the case for the rest of them as well, but I still want to show them off regardless. See y'all next time for the wrecked ship in Meridia.